When people talk about power in the Vale, they usually name the Arryns, or Littlefinger. Very few readers stop to think about Yohn Royce. He does not scheme openly. He does not command from the capital. He does not speak often, and that is exactly why he matters. Bronze Yohn Royce sits at the centre of almost every major decision in the Vale, even when he appears to be doing nothing at all. Other lords defer to him. Enemies watch him carefully. Littlefinger fears him, and Littlefinger fears very few people. Bronze Yohn is not powerful because of a title. He is powerful because everyone knows what side he will be on when the time comes. And in A Song of Ice and Fire, that kind of certainty is rare. Hello everyone, and welcome to Storyteller's Codex. Here we delve deep into the rich lore of The Lord of the Rings, A Song of Ice and Fire, and the vast worlds beyond. On this channel, we blend the soothing power of cutting-edge technology with the timeless knowledge of dedicated storytellers. That's us, the voices behind the Codex. Settle in, relax, and enjoy. House Royce is not just another noble house of the Vale. They were kings before the Arryns arrived. The Royces descend from the First Men, ruling the Vale long before Undal conquest. Their ancient bronze armour, etched with runes, is not decorative. It is cultural memory made physical. That armour matters. Unlike many Vale houses that trace prestige through Andal knighthood and the faith of the Seven, the Royces carry visible proof of a deeper past. Their identity is rooted in conquest, resistance, and survival. This places House Royce in a unique position. They serve House Arryn, but they are not defined by them. When Bronze Yohn speaks, he does so with the authority of a house that remembers a time before the Vale had falcons on its banners. That history gives him weight that gold cannot buy. Bronze Yohn is not respected only for his blood. He is respected because he is dangerous. Throughout the books, he is consistently described as a formidable warrior, broad, powerful, and experienced. He wears the ancient bronze armour of his house into battle, not as ceremony, but as statement. This matters in a world where many knights perform honour without ever being tested by war. Bronze Yohn has been tested. Other lords listen to him because they know he has fought and survived. His authority is physical as much as political. In A Song of Ice and Fire, martial credibility still matters. A lord who cannot fight must compensate with cunning or cruelty. Bronze Yohn needs neither. Bronze Yohn's true political importance begins with his relationship to Jon Arryn. The two men are old friends, bound by shared values rather than convenience. Jon Arryn trusted Bronze Yohn deeply, and that trust shaped how the Vale functioned. When Jon Arryn ruled, the Vale was stable. The great houses respected the law because they respected Jon, and by extension, those he trusted. Bronze Yohn was one of those men. After Jon Arryn's death, that stability collapses almost immediately. Lysa Arryn isolates the Vale. Littlefinger begins to rise, but Bronze Yohn does not forget how things were supposed to work. He remembers the old order, and that memory becomes resistance. If there is one man Bronze Yohn immediately distrusts, it is Petyr Baelish. From the moment Littlefinger gains influence in the Vale, Bronze Yohn opposes him openly. He challenges him in council. He refuses to be charmed. He treats Littlefinger not as a clever upstart, but as a threat. This is crucial. Many lords underestimate Littlefinger. Bronze Yohn does not. He recognizes manipulation where others see opportunity. He understands that chaos benefits schemers, and that order threatens them. Their conflict is not loud, but it is constant, and it defines the political tension of the Vale more than any battle ever could. One of the most misunderstood things about Bronze Yohn Royce is his inaction. To some readers it looks like hesitation, to others, weakness. But in the context of Vale politics, it is neither. Bronze Yohn understands the rules of the Vale better than anyone. Lysa Arryn is the lawful lady of the Eyrie, and as long as she lives, any open rebellion would brand him a traitor. That would fracture the Vale instead of saving it. He is furious with Lysa's isolationism. He knows the Vale should be involved in the wider war, but he also knows that moving too early would hand Littlefinger exactly what he wants: chaos he can exploit. So Bronze Yohn waits. In A Song of Ice and Fire, patience is often mistaken for passivity. In reality, it is frequently preparation. Bronze Yohn does not strike until he can do so legitimately, with law and support on his side. That restraint is what makes him dangerous. When Bronze Yohn finally acts, he does not act alone. He becomes the leading voice among the Lords Declarant, a coalition of powerful Vale houses openly opposing Littlefinger's growing influence. This is not a mob. It is an organised, lawful challenge. The Lords Declarant do not draw swords. They draw authority. They invoke tradition. They demand transparency. They insist that the Vale be governed properly, not manipulated from behind the scenes. Bronze Yohn's role here is critical. Other lords rally around him because he is trusted. He is not ambitious for himself. He is ambitious for stability. This is one of the clearest examples in the books of institutional resistance to manipulation, and it works. Littlefinger is forced to compromise rather than dominate outright. That alone tells us how much weight Bronze Yohn carries. One of the quietest tensions in the Vale is Bronze Yohn's proximity to Elaine Stone. Unlike many characters, Bronze Yohn is observant. He notices inconsistencies. He remembers faces. He has known Starks all his life. Sansa's presence in the Vale is a liability for Littlefinger precisely because of men like Bronze Yohn. If her identity were revealed at the wrong moment, Littlefinger would lose control of the situation instantly. The Royces have ties to the north. They respect House Stark. And Bronze Yohn, more than most, understands what legitimacy looks like. If he realises who Elaine truly is, he becomes a kingmaker, or a kingbreaker. Littlefinger knows this. That is why he keeps Bronze Yohn close, but never fully trusted. While the rest of Westeros burns, the Vale waits. Its armies are fresh. Its castles are intact. Its people are unbroken. This makes the Vale one of the most dangerous regions in the story. Not because of what it has done, but because of what it has not yet done. Bronze Yohn understands this better than anyone. He knows that when the Vale finally enters the war, it will tip the balance. The question is not whether the Vale will act. The question is who will command it when it does, and Bronze Yohn Royce is positioned closer to that decision than any other lord. Bronze Yohn Royce does not conquer cities. He does not make grand speeches. He does not move until movement is unavoidable. But when the Vale finally commits, it will not be because of Littlefinger's cleverness. It will be because men like Bronze Yohn decide the time for waiting is over. In A Song of Ice and Fire, the loudest players often fall first. The survivors are the ones who understand timing. Bronze Yohn Royce has been waiting a very long time, and when he finally moves, the Vale will move with him. If you are interested in The Lord of the Rings or A Song of Ice and Fire, click one of the links on the screen to dive deeper into the lore. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.